Okay. Hi.
Hey, Miss Angie, can you see me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me and see me?
I can. I can't see you.
Oh, there we go.
There
The
you are.
start video.
Hi.
Is that what I needed to do?
How are you?
I'm good. There's your face.
There's
Okay.
your well, I know your
So say your name for me again.
It's Shalini.
Shalini. I love that.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
at Angelic, we're very excited that, you are giving us the privilege of being able to work with you, collaborate with you to, help kind of spread the word on National Grief Awareness Day. This is, of course, this is a cause that is absolutely near and dear. This is all your own. So can you start by telling us just a little bit, give us a little bit of an overview?
Okay, well, thank you for having me. And it's definitely an honor to be sitting with you right now and having this conversation. That means that we're doing grief awareness and education right at this very moment. And that is very important to me. And so National Grief Awareness Day, came out of a place of pain for me. I had a lot of loss in my life, and I had lost a husband in a car wreck that we were both in, and I lost a mother to an accidental drug overdose. And actually, at the age of 5 years of age, I lost a baby sister. I actually found her passed away in her bassinet, and had to wake up my mom, who, through the years, looking back and knowing after she died that she was a grieving mother who lived in silence a lot of her life. And just a real quick thing with her, I would go out when I was younger, between 5 and the age of 7 or so, and she'd be crying at night, and I would go, and the natural thing for me to do, even as a child, what we're born with, was a natural thing to go out. If you hear somebody crying or you're sad, you just go and you tell them it's going to be okay, and you listen to them.
Yep.
And so that's what I did. And I didn't tell her to stop, and I didn't tell her to do any of those things. Those things weren't set in me yet. And so that was some of my stuff. I've had a lot of loss, after that. But anyways, so, we speeded up to 2010 when she passed from the drug overdose. And I found myself grieving back in the world of grief. And they had a thing called Facebook, which at the time my kids didn't want me to get on, right? Because that's something of theirs and not mine. And so I would sneak, I didn't have I don't think I even had a computer at the time. I went to the library to do that. That's wow, just thinking about those things. And so I would get on the Facebook, and I actually found a page that had, a lot of followers, a lot of people talking about grief, and the person that had the page, they were posting their feelings about grief. And so I was like, I could do something. I want that. Mm-hmm. I want that. I want to be able to talk to my close friends and be able to share the stuff, the stuff that really hurts today. I mean, at that time, hurts today, and that's not going away, and that's not, moving away like, everybody thinks it should. And when I say the word everybody, I would think really society. And so, I knew about being happy on the outside and dying on the inside a lot of my life. And I was pretty upset at that. And I thought, well, let's start this group. And so we did. And it was about 50 people that, originally was in this group. And I had named that group kind of in a sarcastic way called Grief the Unspoken. Grief was not spoken, and we could not speak it. And so I was like, Grief the Unspoken, and so that little page went from that to, went from that to a page. And and then it just started to expand. Sadly, death happens every day. And so, we were needing more groups for, the different losses, because people needed their own language. So we would have loss of a mother, and loss of a parent, loss of a child, So the group started like that. And then it got to the point where I was just reading, and I can't read everybody's stuff, but I just started reading over a period of years. Because this started in actually about 2013, but 2014, I'm thinking, was our first year. I did see a post, though, that was National Grief Awareness Day 2013. So that was kind of, So I remember talking to the people in the group and saying, one of the things I'm seeing everywhere, and I'm listening, And I'm hearing people say some of the same things over and over. And it's that they can't tell their friends how they're feeling. They can't act like who they really are, like they're living two different lives. And they're hearing things like get over it and move on, and you can have more kids, and you're young, you can remarry. They lived a long life, things like that were very, very hurtful, and it didn't help. All it did was hurt. And so I said, there ought to be and I was feeling really crazy, and I am crazy. And so I said, there ought to be a day, that we come together one day a year. That should be a day that we really talk about awareness and education, not a holiday, but a day of education and awareness. And I'm not upset if somebody had called it a holiday, but that's to be clear on that this is a day of education and awareness, and it's definitely not a holiday. And I got serious about it. And so I started petitions back then that was on the president's actual website. But those only went for like 30 days at a time, I think at the time. I can't remember clearly how long you could have it up there. But if you didn't reach your signatures, you'd have to start it all over again. And so I finally ended up finding out that change.org would keep your petition on there for as long as you had your petition on there and kept your information on there. So we did the page, the Facebook page, and I called my sister. I said, "Are you sure? You're okay with this?" She was like, "Yeah." And we did it on my mom's birthday. Her name's Rhonda Sue, and she lost a lot of people in her life. Like I said, a child and a brother died by suicide, and a grandfather by suicide, and and lived in some silent grief a lot of her life. And so we wanted to do it in memory of her. So we picked her birthday, August 30th. And so we picked the day. And so here we are several years later. And what's really neat to see is, like, if you put our hashtag in, National Grief Awareness Day, or you put in hashtag Grief Awareness Day, it's all over the place now.
Yeah.
People are doing things, people are coming together, people are speaking about it. And there's so many people out there that want to provide hope, want to provide support, want to provide things for people who are grieving. And it's just amazing. But I do know we have a lot of work still to do. And that's why we're still here. The petition has not met 1 million signatures. And even when we get to that place of the signatures, that will continue, and we want to have that one day a year, like I said, and hopefully we're going to have the conversation year round, because we're going to be raising grief awareness every day. But to make sure that, that one day a year, people are like, oh, what is that? And my thought about it was this: if I could make one person's, I can't take the grief away. I can't take their pain away. I can't do that. But what if I could make the pathway a little bit softer, just a little bit softer for them, to where they could go, oh, there's these groups. Oh, this one community service is provided, and it's actually advertising so that you can see it. And so, and I'm so grateful for social media too, because it's opened that line of communication.
Yes.
All around the world. And our world is grieving right now today. I mean, we've been grieving for a long time all over our world. And right now we're in the middle of this epidemic and, those kinds of things. So I think sticking together and understanding that it's okay to be sad and it's okay to cry. It really is okay to cry. And it is okay to not, you're not on it. I always call it, like, we have this imaginary grief clock, and it goes, and it's like, okay, you better spring up, and you better get yourself together and put that makeup on and do that hair and act like it's okay. And you've just laid your mom to rest, a week ago, and you're not functioning, you're barely making it. People are losing their jobs because of that. Grieving parents lose a child, and you're wanting them to be okay in a month. So grief is not overnight. And it's an individual journey. Everybody grieves differently. And there's no little box we can put it in. And I think that's what's also needing to be said, is we can't put a grieving person in a box.
No.
And the best thing we could ever do for a grieving person is to listen. Yeah.
And that's why, this is such a personal, thing to you. This is just coming from, your own, journey with grief, so
Yes.
in honor of that, like, that's why we are coming together, and hoping to kind of, partner with you and, further the cause and encourage people and let them know that there are resources out there that you can reach out.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that that's amazing when you guys, gave me a call to find out all these people that are involved. And do you mind if I kind of say something to them?
Please.
Okay. So I just wanted to, I'll get emotional. I just want to thank you guys for coming together today. And I don't have it memorized, so bear with me, but I want to say thank you to Just Be Farms, Angelic Health, Enlightened Solutions, Gilda's Club, Mental Health Association, my sister's kids, and the Phoenix EMS Peer Support Network. Thank you for getting together today. And if there's anybody there today that is grieving and you still don't want to go up to anybody today, understand that these people are really here for you and they really want to listen and they really want to help. Thank you for letting me say that.
Oh my gosh, thank you for saying it, and thank you for letting us be a part of that. And we encourage everybody that is attending Grief Awareness Day today and on an ongoing basis to go on to change.org and please sign that petition.
Yes, please.
And we need you need 1 million signatures, right?
Yes. Yeah. And we're well on our way. I don't feel pressured. I did a little bit in the beginning, but I don't feel pressured anymore about when that day is supposed to be. I think that day is going to happen when it's supposed to. And what's amazing, it's already happening. We just got to get that 1 million signatures up there because we need to let the world know that we're not messing around, that we're really serious about this. This is a serious thing. This isn't something a fly-by-night thing. This isn't something we're going to do for 30 days and walk away. None of us are. And so that's why I wanted to do that.
Wonderful. Well, listen, I know this is a very busy time of year for you. Just the best of luck in all of your endeavors, and thank you again from all of our participants, for all those families and those attending this year. Thank you for everything that you do, and we're going to continue to spread the word on your behalf, and continue to encourage these families and these loved ones who may need ongoing support, who have lost someone, that please reach out, that we are here.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Angie. All right, you take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.